memang membimbangkan. Ini soal nyawa.
Yang paling penting adalah pembersihan sungai.
Tunggu air kering yang tengok diberi tong keluar.
Yes, I smell bad smell. Yes.
Perempuan depan dia tu tiba-tiba pingsan. Pingsan, dia minta tolong, hantar telefon ambulan cakap memang ambulan tak cukup kaki tangan sebab masa yang kena Sungai Kim Kim tu memang teruk. Memang ambulan keluar masuk memang kita kedengaran 5 minit akan dengar itulah dia bunyi tu lah. Lepas tu dia bawa sampai hospital, dalam pingsan pun dia pun pingsan.
In March this year, total of 2,775 people were hospitalised following a serious toxic leak at Sungai Kim Kim. The authorities later traced the source of the pollution to chemical waste being dumped into the river. Less than 4 months later, another environmental crisis broke out in Pasir Gudang. Dozens of students and school staff were hospitalised after vomiting and experiencing breathing difficulties. What is ailing the Pasir Gudang rivers? As our journalists enter Pasir Gudang, local residents told us that the area have been reeking of unpleasant stench from time to time for years.
Bau tu memang ada lah kan. Macam kalau kita keluar daripada Pasir Gudang ni, kalau kita balik kampung, kita dapat beza lah. Bila dah jadi macam ni, barulah kita terfikir kan. Dalam udara kita ni dekat Pasir Gudang ni memang ada bahaya lah, ada perkara yang kita kena jaga-jaga sebenarnya kan.
Downstream Sungai Kim Kim, the same river where chemical waste was dumped, which caused close to 3,000 people being hospitalised 4 months ago. This is what it looks like now, murky. Also, smell from the water is foul. If you think this is bad, then it will surprise you to find out that Sungai Kim Kim is not even on the list of top 5 most contaminated rivers in Pasir Gudang. The DOE regularly assesses the water quality of rivers nationwide. Under the Water Quality Index, rivers are given scores and classified according to the level of contamination. The more severe the contamination is, the lower the scores will be, and it will be placed on a higher pollution classification group. Any river with a score of less than 60 is considered polluted. Out of the 51 rivers nationwide that are classified as polluted by the DOE in 2017, 27 of that number, or more than half of that, were in Johor. 5 out of these 27 rivers, including the top 2 most polluted rivers, were found in Pasir Gudang. These 5 rivers are the only Class 5 river in the country and the most polluted one, Sungai Tukang Batu, 3 Class 4 rivers, Sungai Masai, Sungai Perembi and Sungai Buloh, the latter being the second most polluted river in the country. There is also 1 Class 3 river that is classified as polluted, Sungai Latoh. Our journalists spent a few days visiting 4 rivers in Pasir Gudang to trace and compare the cause of deterioration from 2012 to 2017. First, we look at the most polluted river in Malaysia, Sungai Tukang Batu. From maps, we can see that the river is situated inside the Johor port, which is watched by security. Multiple satellite maps seem to suggest that the river no longer appears on the Earth's surface anymore. Next, we visited the second most polluted river in Malaysia, Sungai Buloh. Drone footage shows that both sides of the river are lined with massive factory plants, where wastewater from some plants are discharged directly into the river. Downstream, the water is covered with heavy sludge and is almost stagnant. The third place we visited was the river mouth of Sungai Masai, located at the west coast of Johor. we met some orang Seletar, the traditional orang asli fishermen of Johor. They have lived here for more than 2 decades. They told us that they used to harvest plenty from the river's mouth in the earlier days. However, as the river became more polluted with the mangroves diminishing from nearby areas, they are now forced to take a 2-hour boat ride to Pengerang to fish.
Ini kira-kira 500-600 ini.
Minyak berapa untuk
Minyak pergi balik
2 hari?
100-120.
So tolak agak-agak dapat.
Kalau tolak tidak makan cari tak ada dapat
400, 300
macam lah.
2 orang lah untuk
3 orang, 3 anak, 3 beranak.
Tunggu air kering yang tengok dia bitong keluar.
Oh, you boleh tengok ada air hitam dari sungai hitamnya.
Kadang kena kudis.
Ulah.
Apa?
Kena apa?
Kudis kaki luka-luka macam.
Kalau dekat sungai lah. Masih ada orang yang berani jalan dekat dengan sungai.
Tak ada, korang tak berani.
Lastly, we went to Sungai Kim Kim. Here is a photo of the river in 2012, and here is another one taken in 2017. In a relatively short period of 5 years, the river had turned significantly murkier. Drone shots also showed that at certain parts of the river, water appeared to be black.
Bila hujan tu dah berhenti kan, macam wap udara dia naik. Masa tu tiupan angin berlaku kan, itu yang merebak tu.
So you pernah ada like smell?
Ada, yes, I smell, bad smell, yes.
Every time it rains, macam mana?
Tapi I tak ada vomit, tak ada, no headache, nothing. I just shut the door, everything.
What exactly causes the severe pollution in the rivers of Pasir Gudang? Water quality and modelling specialist Zaki Zainuddin points out a legal loophole. It is actually legal for industrial plants to dump treated wastewater with acceptable levels of contaminants directly into the rivers. The catch is, the legal contaminant level limit of the effluent is higher than the Water Quality Index or WQI standards for polluted rivers. This is because the legislators back then believed that our rivers have the ability to dilute the effluent to a safe and acceptable level. For example, the law allows factory plants to discharge effluent with a biochemical oxygen demand (BOD) level of up to 20 mg per liter directly into rivers, while according to DOE's Water Quality Index, any river with a mere 20 mg per liter of BOD is bad enough to be classified as a Class 5 or badly polluted river. The law also allows industrial effluent with up to 10 mg per liter of ammoniacal nitrogen to be discharged directly into the river, while any river with just 2.7 mg per liter of ammoniacal nitrogen would have been classified as Class 5.
The regulations were drafted in such a way that they are hoping that the river will dilute some of that wastewater effluent. The question is whether the river can dilute or not. So when you have so many industries, so many premises packed into a small region, if it's a big river, maybe the big river can dilute. But if it's a small river...
According to Zaki, the loophole also lies in the lack of regulations on the total volume of wastewater that is discharged into our rivers.
We look in the US, for example, what they do is they not only regulate in terms of the concentration, they also regulate in terms of volume, which is more relevant. I mean, how much you release, you see? How much? Which is a function of how many premises also within the area. They also take into consideration the size of the river.
City planner Gan Kai Hui also mentioned there was a lack of foresight in the initial development of the industrial town, which contributed to the pollution issues Pasir Gudang is facing today. Pasir Gudang was developed in the 70s, a time when many environmental legislation was not present.
During the earlier stage of Malaysia development, actually most of the approval is submitted by land surveyor or architecture, but surveyor is not expert in planning field. That's why they didn't look at the surrounding development. So what they they looking into actually is mainly on the land matter. The main thing is the planning come after development. It can be done if we prevent before the problem come out. This is the thing should be considered during the early stage before the building start.
With so many rivers in Pasir Gudang so badly polluted, can we treat them? Zaki believes this will not be financially feasible. He used Kuala Lumpur's River of Life as an example. The project cost a total of 4.4 billion ringgit.
Emphasis needs to be placed upon preserving the rivers that are still clean or slightly polluted at the moment, to make sure that they don't become severely polluted 5 years down the road. And we always miss this point.
Meanwhile, Gan Kai Hui also believes moving the heavy industry area of Pasir Gudang is not a way out, as that will merely transfer the problem to another place. Malaysia Kini had contacted Minister of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Yeo Bee Yin, Deputy Minister Munirah Majlis and Johor DOE Director Wan Abdul Latif for their response. At the time of recording, Wan Abdul Latif had replied that he would get back to us as soon as possible.